So let's mix in with the before and after here. We're just going to do this at the very beginning. These are nasty thermoses. I have 3 of them. This one, super dirty. We're going to be visiting that one. This one is the more silver one, and this is also super dirty. We'll be looking at that as well. This one is brand new, and we don't even need to use the light for it. You can see how clean that is. Again, this is brand new, and this is the before and after, so we'll see how I did. So you're going to see these a couple of times. I have 3 of these thermoses. This is my before and after. This thermos is brand new. Never been used. That's pretty much that. This is the more gray one, which we're probably looking at, and here's what I ended up with. Which there's a little bit still on the bottom, but this is actually pretty good, and I'm calling that a day. And then this is the more silver one that does not have a dent in it like that matters. And again, this one came out really well, and I'm going to call that a day. Again, there's a little bit at the bottom, but we're doing that. So what ended up being, I think that's important to soften up what you got in there. This, which I'm going to show you more about later, ended up being very helpful. Again, after things were softened up, this was good. Brushing things out after you put the denture cleaner in. This is going to be good for that. If you use this for that, this thing's just going to get loaded up with stuff instantly. So this will just brush out the gross volume of it. We're going to see us use this. I think this was absolutely a useless step. So we're going to go through the whole thing and then we're going to do that. Alright, so here it is. Old pot. We're going to put these into the pot. So we're going to be visiting with those. I am going to be using 2 per thing. That's right, you can get out there. This is boiling water, and we're gonna, hopefully we don't steam the lens up here too much. I'm only gonna pour a little bit in initially because this stuff is gonna foam up a lot and it's gonna launch a lot of the denture cleaning goodness out. So we're gonna give this a second to just sort of think here. And then we're going to leave this alone for a little bit, and then I'm going to top this up with the boiling water after this is sort of done doing its denture cleanser thing. So we'll visit that in a second. Alright, so it's been something about 2.5 minutes, something like that. We'll show you what this looks like. That is, we're going to let that foam kind of go down a little bit. Maybe we'll break this foam down somewhat. And then we're going to fill this thing up to the top. So it's okay if this overflows, and that's what the pot's there for. But ultimately we want to keep the denture scrubbing goodness in there. So I'm going to finish filling this up to the top. No, we're going to do that right here. So that's it. So we're gonna leave this overnight, and then we're gonna come back and visit this tomorrow. Welcome to tomorrow. So these are our two thermoses. I did put the lids on them. We're going to get this out of here, and then we'll take the lids off and show you what happened. Okay, so here's the other one. I've scrubbed on it a little bit, and we'll see what happens here. Interestingly, this one seems to have worked a little bit better. As this one has a dent in it, and the contents are not going to be staying as warm because there's a dent in it. This one does not have a dent in it, and the liquid was still warm in this. And let's take a look at this. So this is not this is substantially better than it was. However, it's still not great. The blackness that you can see on the side there, that's actually like a mineral deposit of some kind. That's going to be challenging to come off. So we're going to use the lime remover on this next, and we'll see what let's see what came out of this. Well, it's going to take a little while for that to drain out, but yeah, there's some stuff. There's some stuff and junk. So we're going to get with the lime remover, and then we'll visit that next. So here's what we're doing. This is an extended spade bit. You can use what you have on hand, obviously. This is steel wool. We're going to slide this down here so that this spade bit here is completely covered in that, and this we're going to secure this around the spade with a zip tie. This, you're not actually scrubbing with this thing, you're just breaking up what's inside the thermos with this. This end is still, for the most part, can still bend over and such. All you're doing is you're kind of breaking things up. You're not actually scrubbing with this, and not shockingly, the cordless drill was involved. So we're going to put this together, and we'll sort of show you how this works out. Alright, so I expect the green stuff to have been largely ineffective. You could scrub on it a little bit. However, you can kind of see in there, I've still got a bit of a layer on that. You can scrub on it and whatever, but we got this guy, which we've probably visited a little bit on the end of the drill. So we're going to run a little hot water in here. Maybe get rid of a little bit of that. And then this thing goes in, and perhaps you can see this. I'm not actually putting a lot of pressure on this. I'm just kind of resting it. And then I may set it in here and just kind of rotate it. And let's take a look at that. Now, you can't see that so much, but we got quite a bit of stuff out of this, and we'll keep on visiting that some more, and then we're going to call this finished, and we'll do the before and after. That's pretty much that. This is the more gray one, which we're probably looking at, and here's what I ended up with. which there's a little bit still on the bottom, but this is actually pretty good, and I'm calling that a day. And then this is the more silver one that does not have a dent in it like that matters. And again, this one came out really well, and I'm going to call that a day. Again, there's a little bit at the bottom, but we're doing that. So what